You confident about your retirement savings? That could be dangerous, says the motley fool and old Katie Brockman. This is Kent Brockman. Put in the show notes if you know who Kent Brockman is. He is very important for you to understand if you're going to be cool with the cool kids in popular culture. All right, so Dateline, July 29, 2019. Someone sent this to me, and she knows who she is, so mucho gracias, as we like to say in Espanol. I did notice here, New York PD judge recommends firing officer and death of Eric Gardner. That's fine. I would actually say, why don't we fire the freaking politicians in New York City who make it illegal to sell cigarettes? Nuts, man. The idea of grown people buying legal products would be illegal. Someone dies because of that. Look, you can blame cops. I don't have a problem with that, saying over enthusiastic, whatever, but it's the law that creates this insanity. The law. Crazy. And if we didn't have these insane laws, then Mr. Eric Gardner would still be with us today. But no one's going to blame the law. They're going to blame the cop because that's how we create the division. Blame the cops. Blame the guy selling it, but don't blame the law because, the law will steer us right. If you trust the government, we'll all be living in happy land. Stay on topic, Josh. All right, so Kent Brockman's daughter says, that was pretty funny. Preparing for retirement is tricky, and it takes a lot of hard work and sacrifices to save enough to enjoy your golden years. Despite the challenges of accumulating enough savings to retire comfortably, 38% of retirees said they felt either extremely or very confident in their savings before they retired, according to the AP. And actually, we have other studies, which I'll share with you from Gallup, which is even more positive, which I like. That may sound a good thing, that 38% of the people are satisfied where they are in their retirement. On the surface, it is. There are plenty of startling statistics about how unprepared the average American is for retirement. So let's see what these startling statistics are, shall we? Let's go. I always like to see the links to see what we got. So this is from The Fool, I'm predicting. Show enough. Right? This is smart. This is links. It's called backlinks. So if you're looking at doing a blog, you want backlinks. So when you post something on one site, if you can link back to your other site, it's called backlinks, and Google is very, very keen on how many people are linking to your article. They assume that's a sign of legitimacy. There's absolutely truth to that. There's a guy named Brian Dean, D-E-A-N, backlinko.com, if memory serves. And if you're looking at SEO, website development, search engine optimization, blogging, YouTube, you definitely need to check out Brian Dean's stuff, backlinko.com, and then Brian Dean and YouTube. Freaking dude's phenomenal. He talks about backlinks. It's interesting. All right, so let's see. This is from Kaylee Fraley from just 2 days ago, or 2 weeks before this other article. American retirement crisis by the numbers. So here's an old lady who's obviously very, very concerned. Here's Kaylee. She's been writing about personal finance to 2013. Like, I got no qualm with her, but I just, again, she hasn't been around that long, and I wonder how much of this these authors know, frankly. And that sounds bad, but it's just the way I see it. So we got a scary picture of a lady. Very concerned. And she says, I read the writing on the wall by The Fool, and I know I'm going broke because thousands of Americans are at risk of going broke in retirement, and it's only going to get worse. So let's read the scare things here. These days, overwhelming student loan debt and an uncertain future of Social Security garner most of the attention, but there's another equally severe financial crisis looming on the horizon for millions of Americans. Thousands of people retire every day, and they don't. And if they read this survey from, hold on just a second. If they read this one survey, I'm gonna freaking. You will watch me. Let's see here. I can't jump off the Empire State Building because I live in Georgia. I will drop this book. It's probably 2 pounds. 30-year anniversary of the Machinery's Handbook. So listen to this. I'm gonna drop that on my head for all to see. So bear with me just a second. Okay, thousands of people retire every day, and many don't have the savings they need to last the rest of their lives. When that well runs dry, they'll need to lean on their family members to support them. It's a fate thousands of Americans are already experiencing, and based on data from the latest Northwestern Mutual Planning Report, tens of thousands more are set to join them in the coming decades. The statistics say it all. Actually, it does not say it all. 22% of Americans have saved less than $5,000 for retirement. 15% have no retirement savings at all. 56% don't know how much money they need to retire comfortably. Well, throw me in that because I don't know, and I guarantee you don't know too. How much do you need to retire comfortably? You have no clue. No clue. So the idea that 44% say they do, I chuckle at that. 41% of Americans are taking no steps to prevent themselves from running out of retirement savings. So many see this as a possibility. So I'm wondering what Northwestern Mutual would offer as a way to not prevent themselves from running out of money. Could it be annuities? Yes. The percentage of Americans with less than $5,000 retirement savings actually decreased compared to last year, but 22% is still an alarming number. All right, so this is, I do take issue with this. So we have all these different studies that say they don't have any money set aside in emergency funds or savings, and what is it? So is it like, for instance, let's say I don't have let's say I didn't have $1,000 in an emergency fund. No, I don't. I keep everything completely invested. I don't have any emergency fund other than I have my credit card. That's my emergency fund. Rightly or wrongly, that's my emergency fund. So if they were to survey me and say, Josh, do you have 1,000 or more emergency fund? I'd say no. That's neither good nor bad. I literally, you cannot make a value judgment on that at all. You just can't. And they say, okay, so is that the same as not having saved for retirement? Maybe a bunch of people have money in other accounts that they don't consider retirement so much. I don't know. I haven't read the survey, but if you dive into the deep of the emergency fund thing, you can see it's not nearly as bad as what they make it seem. Because a lot of people don't have emergency funds of 1,000 because it's invested, or they have it dedicated to something else, like a car or something like that. The percentage of Americans with less than 5,000 in retirement savings. Okay, the study focused on baby boomers and Gen X, the two generations next in line for retirement, and the results show both groups have work to do. Of the 10,000 baby boomers turning 65 every day, 17% have less than 5,000 in retirement savings, and 20 have less than 5,000 in personal savings outside of retirement account. All right, so let's think about that. So of the 10,000 baby boomers who retire every day, 1,700 have less in retirement savings. All right, so why does that not concern me? Well, if you take our trusty calculator and we say the median household income is what? Again, we know it's $60,000. I don't know what the median household income for retirees people turning 65 is, but I assume it's less than $60,000, right? Because the median household income is all encompassing. People in their highest earning years and people who haven't made that much money, the whole thing. So if you're 65 today and your household income is $40,000, all right, and that's what it's been historically throughout the course of your life, $40,000 adjusted for inflation. So it'd be $20,000 20 years ago and whatnot. How much money do you need to live comfortably in retirement? Do you need a retirement savings? The answer is no, you don't. Social Security will replace almost all of that money right there because Social Security is the progressive tax that you pay, that you get more benefit of Social Security for the least amount of income. So it replaces more income from those on the lower end. As I talk about in my shameless plug, Retire on Social Security book. This literally is the book that defeats all this crap right here. So the idea they don't have any retirement savings, thus they're going to run out of money. No, they're going to have Social Security. And Social Security is going to replace almost every single penny that they were living on, probably even a little bit more if you think about it, if they just do some basic planning because of the things of FICA. They're no longer paying FICA tax. The numbers are even higher for Generation X, of which I fall in, with 21% having less than 5,000 retirement savings and 22% having less than 5,000 in personal savings. That doesn't concern me in the least. That means the vast majority of people have more than 5,000 on both sides of it. And even going back here, that means the vast majority of people turning 65 have more than $5,000. That's not a crisis. Many know their savings won't cut it in retirement, and they plan to extend their time in the workforce. And frankly, I don't have any qualm with that either. We're living longer. You should work more, man. The days of retiring at 60 are gone because we live longer now. About 46% of those surveyed said they expect to work past 65, and 18% plan to work past 74. Okay. All right. So they talk about some other things. This you could do a side hustle. Okay. The future looks bleak for many American retirees and older working adults. No. And then they give you the 16,000 Social Security thing. All right. I already did a video on the 16,000 Social Security thing. I wasn't that impressed. So she did not cite this one article. I think these guys do. So you won't have to watch me. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do this other article going back to old Katie. Are you confident about your savings? That could be dangerous. Oh, man, yes. However, confidence can sometimes be dangerous because it encourages you to let your guard down. The average retiree is expected to outlive their savings by around 8 to 10 years, according to a study from the World Economic Forum. I did a video on this about 6 months ago, and the World Economic Forum is it's insanely stupid. So you're gonna watch. Ready? Boom! I just dropped it on my head. I dropped that 2 pound, maybe it's even 3 pound, 30 years of machinery's handbook on my head. I don't have an anvil. If someone wants to send me a fake anvil, I'd love to have that. The World Economic Study doesn't include Social Security benefits. It literally does not include Social Security benefits, so it's stupid. It's just dumb. So don't pay any attention to it. I mean, the idea that you're not going to include Social Security benefits in any retirement planning study is just stupid. Retirement is more expensive than you may think, and underestimating how much you need to save can lead to financial disaster down the road. Okay, why? Where's the evidence of that retirement is more expensive than we think? The average American age 65 spends around $46,000 a year according to BLS, which I absolutely agree, and I have that in my book that says that at 100%. And at that rate, if you're to spend, say, 25 years in retirement, you're spending roughly $1.15 million, not counting for inflation. Also, if you face expensive health problems as you age, healthcare costs could cause your spending to skyrocket. And again, long-term care. All right, so here's where they get you. Long-term care alone can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can expect to pay around $600 to $800 a month for a semi-private room in a nursing home. And according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, which adds up to about $82,000 a year. Now, here's where they get you, right? So they scared you on how expensive it is for long-term care and nursing home. Here's where they get you, though. Roughly 70% of retirees will need long-term care at some point, according to HHS, okay? And the average person who needs long-term care requires it for about 3 years. At $81,000 a year, that's nearly $250,000. As if that number isn't enough to swallow, the kicker is that Medicare doesn't cover long-term care. So let's look at my trusty old book here, where I talk about the truth about healthcare costs. Ready? And we're going to show you right here the chart. See that? And so this chart, ready? Expected long-term care costs from age 65 to death for those turning 65 in 2015 to 2019. This is from the HHS. This is literally from the HHS. Expected long-term care costs. We got 48% of the people are expected to have no expected long-term care costs. Basically, we're having 70% of the people are expected to spend less than $100,000. 70% of the people are expected to spend less than $100,000. So anyway you skin that, of which the vast majority of those 70% aren't going to spend anything. So you can sit there and say 70% of retirees will need long-term care at some point, but to extrapolate that to nursing home costs is completely either ignorant or nefarious or deceptive, one of the two. So let's go back to another study from here that I want to read to you. The median, this is actual study from EBRI, the Employee Benefit Research Institute. For the majority, this is real live people, right? The median total cost out-of-pocket expenses was $27,200 for the age of those 70 and over. The median total out-of-cost expenses. With a median annual cost of $2,000. But out-of-pocket expenses are catastrophic for some. Again, for those who die at 95 or later, the 90th and 95th percentile are nearly $172,000 or $269 respectively. Nursing home expenses are one of the biggest contributors driving the skewness of the distribution. Without out-of-pocket nursing home expenses, the 90 and 95th percentile of those who die at age 95 or later, the spending drops to nearly $96,000 in the 90th percentile and $154,000 respectively. So what I say is, essentially, there's a small minority of folks who have big out-of-pocket healthcare costs. And the primary reason for those costs are nursing homes. Thus, if you can stay out of a nursing home, there's a significant reason to believe that your out-of-cost expenses in retirement will be reasonable. All right, so we're going to stop there. This kind of stuff drives me crazy. If you're at bank $250,000 in savings and you're confident enough to last the rest of your life, you might stop sitting. Oh, no one does that already. Let's see. Another factor to consider is how Social Security benefits will affect your savings. The average check comes in at just $14.61 a month. Just the ignorant people who read this are going to say, "Oh my goodness, that's what I can expect." No, it's what people are getting now to include a new retiree and someone who's about to keel over. That's the average. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. All right, so I'm done with these guys. This drives me freaking nuts. I don't know if I put a comment on here. Let's see. Do they allow? Yeah, they allow for comments. So let's take a look at old comments, shall we? And I guess I'm no longer on Facebook. I can't. Yeah, see, shoot, I can't comment because I'm no longer on Facebook. Scare attacks again, says my man Bob Crowson. Let's see who sponsors the article. Motley Fool, an investment-related biz. Think they have any reason to advise anything but save some more? Bob sounds like he's been watching my my YouTube channel. Good on you, man. Notice the issue of expenses is covered, but the issue of income is limited only to your savings. What about Social Security? Well, they did address that. They did talk about 1461 as the average. It's a fake. They're not addressing it. They did mention Social Security, but they're addressing incorrectly. There's no other way around that. But Social Security is not going away, folks. That'd be all right. Good job, my man Bob Crossan. So I'm not sure if he follows me here or not, but good on you for bringing that up, dude. All right, here we go. Oh boy. The average Americans will spend, and then he will spend $46,000 a year according to the BLS. At that rate, $1.15 million not accounted for inflation. But if we assume a 3% inflation, the people need $1.6 million in inflation-adjusted terms. People have anything close to $2 million or more should be okay, feeling confident. So basically, this guy's saying, "Oh, Gary Roth is saying if you have $2 million, you're gonna be okay. If not, you're in a world of hurt." That's just plain silly. It's just silly. All right, so let's see. So even though many of the current retirees are confident about how much they have saved, the average retiree will still likely run out of money at some point. So many, less than 4 in 10 are confident. So the average. Okay. Anyway, I hope you find this interesting. I can't do Facebook. I don't do Facebook anymore. So please put some comments in there. It's nuts. It's too bad. But there you go, man. And thanks to you know who, my friend in Alabama, for sending this to me. And we'll see you next time. Don't forget to smash the like button.